Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Unlock the Science of Beauty. I am your host, Sakia Donaldson, and I am so excited today for our guest. This is the first of its kind here on Unlocked. In the 2 seasons that we've been here, we've never discussed this topic. So once I realized that this was needed in the space, I was like, let me go get the GOAT. So that's what we did. We went and got the GOAT. So before we start, I definitely want to thank our host, Maya Vana TV, for hosting us. You know, we always love a gracious host. So without further ado, I would love to introduce our guest for today. I am beyond excited. Okay, so I'm ready. Miss Kinta Gates is a transformational operator who proves that resilient supply chains are built by resilient people. She builds systems that scale and teams that thrive. With the engineering foundation and over 2 decades leading organizations through complexity, disruption, and growth across beauty, food, and CPG, she brings technical excellence and people centered leadership to every challenge. Currently VP of Supply Chain and Operations at Glossier, she oversees the end to end product lifecycle across product quality, procurement, fulfillment, logistics, supply planning, and integrated business planning while serving as a trusted advisor to the CEO and CFO. Known for bringing calm and clarity to chaos, Kenta leads organizations through their most critical moments, from global disruptions to leadership transitions, building operational foundations that enable companies to scale and thrive under pressure. Beyond operations, she serves as key advisor for the Glossier Grant Program, mentoring Black beauty founders across the US and the UK. Kenta is also a passionate advocate for HBCUs, diligently working to build the pipeline of future supply chain and STEM leaders. A lifetime member of NSBE, Kenta has been recognized as one of the 50 phenomenal Black woman engineers. Don't play with that girl. By the Los Angeles Council of Black Professional Engineers and honored with the Voice of Change Award by the California Multicultural Business Alliance. Her insights on supply chain leadership have been featured in Bloomberg and Ecom Logistics podcasts. Kenta holds a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering from NC State, a bachelor's in paralegal studies from Kaplan University, and a master's degree in strategic communications from the George Washington University. Based in Los Angeles, Kenta represents the rare leader who proves that high performance and holistic well being can and must coexist at every level. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to introduce you guys to my guest this evening, Miss Kinta C Gates.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm telling you, you can introduce me any day. Any day, Sakia, any day. I'm so glad to be here though. I really, really am.
Listen, I was so ready. I was so ready because like I said, over the course of the year and a half that we've had Unlocked, we've talked to a lot of founders, a lot of chemists,
Mhm.
research and development, things like that. And I know a gentleman that's actually on this call, Dr. Kenneth Boda. He always talks about supply chain.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm like, hmm.
Hmm.
And he's like, Sakia, no, because what you're building with the science of beauty and this and that, supply chain, supply chain, supply chain. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going
Yeah.
to bring on the GOAT.
Yes.
So, Miss Kenta, the
Yes.
VP of Supply Chain for Glossier, tell us a little bit about what that role looks like and how you found yourself in that position.
Yes. What it looks like. Wow. On any given day, it takes different shape. I think if you just look at kind of everything that's going on globally,
Mm-hmm.
as it relates to economics, geopolitical instability, all of that impacts supply,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So literally a tweet can change my whole life.
Instantaneously.
instantaneously. So right now, I think one of the main things that I've been doing is kind of shifting our operating model. So whereas generally, I would say really pre-pandemic, but this is a whole different kind of ball of wax that we're dealing with now.
Mm-hmm.
The operating model would be built, and then you would try to plan for any absorption of shock or
Right.
disruption. Now
Right.
that has to be built within the operating model. It's a
Right.
constant.
Right. Right.
There's not going to be a time where it's just not, right. Tariffs are
Happening. Yeah.
here in some capacity, right? And so I spend a lot of time externally talking to vendor partners,
Okay.
internally making sure that the supply chain foundation that we've built supports and gives flexibility to our commercial partners, so that if they want to promo something that was unplanned, that we actually have the stock in place to be able to do that. Because I oversee so many different functions, I have everything basically from concept to consumer. So product development, quality, inventory, sourcing, you name it. It's under my umbrella.
Yes.
So I think because of kind of the unique path that my career has taken, and that I have literally sat in the seat for every function that I oversee, with the exception of one, it just kind of positions me in a different. So I'm not just a functional leader, I'm a company-wide leader.
Right.
So I'm involved in just about all company business. And so that keeps me certainly busy.
Yeah.
I think when you're inside of a company that understands the importance of supply chain, we're not just order takers, we're not just magicians, we're not just problem fixers, but we need to be at the table when you're thinking through the concept so that we can provide the perspective that allows you to actually bring it to life.
Yeah. And like you said, you've worked in every facet of the business, right? And also across different industries, food industry, CPGs. So what led you to the beauty industry at Glossier?
What led me to the beauty industry was a
Yes.
layoff from the tech industry.
Listen, a
Okay.
pivot, a push will push.
Listen, okay. An artful pivot is what I took.
Yes.
And then got into beauty, and just I didn't know anything about the beauty industry. So my first stop with beauty was with the Body Shop.
Okay.
I was working as a business analyst with them, and the light bulb went off. I was like, oh, like this is a brand that I actually love and I support. Who knew that there was a place for me right inside of the brand? Fast forward to kind of how I got to Glossier. The previous CEO was resetting her leadership team, and the things that they had on the roadmap and in the pipeline that needed to happen very fast and be executed well, she needed somebody to actually transform the supply chain. And so she gave me a call, and I said, okay, let's do it. And that's how I got here.
Okay. Well, I mean, clearly your reputation preceded you, because Glossier is a mammoth of a brand. And, for you to be handpicked by the CEO to lead one of the most important parts of their business model, I said you the GOAT. I mean, like I told you in your email, it's not me saying it, I'm just, announcing what it is that you did, and the people are agreeing with me. So it's like, I'm just the vessel, right?
Okay.
So at Glossier, like you said, you oversee the entire product life cycle, from procurement to fulfillment. For people outside of operations, right? Like myself, I'm getting into it, but I'm still on the outside looking in, right? What does end-to-end supply chain leadership actually look like in practice?
Absolutely. So if you think about Here we go. It's a Glossier product right
Okay.
here.
Listen, we love
Um,
that.
Listen, I was like, I thought I had fragrance on my desk, but I do have a balm. So this is one of the OG products, but this was the banana pudding balm, which is a limited edition. So someone had to think about, oh, well, we want to do a partnership with, I think it was Magnolia Bakery, right?
Okay.
What does that mean for us? Can we develop a banana pudding flavored balm? So then that becomes the brief that is introduced to us. It's the concept. It's an extension of a product that we already have. So we already have kind of the manufacturer selected. It's not anything that new. It's just a matter of nailing the actual formula.
Right.
So my team supports the process from the beginning. We want to make this, okay, we need to make sure that we have the right raw materials in partnership with the contract manufacturer who actually manufactures or produces the product. We have to make sure that we have the right components. So in this, a tube and a cap, right? And then the secondary, the box that it comes in. So everything that you get as the finished good that you go to the shelf and you buy, we are the ones that step by step actually make it happen. So I always say that someone can have the greatest idea, but if I don't make it or ship it, it never comes to life.
Right.
And so all of the testing that has to, be done to make sure that the product is safe, that is, efficacious in the ways that, we expect it to be. And then actually getting it made, getting it shipped, getting it in position for the consumer to buy. Though that's kind of like the life cycle that we support, getting it to, and then post actually the consumer receiving it. We support end-to-end delivery, concept to consumer, like I said. So there's a technical component to that, obviously.
Yeah.
But for me, the real magic that actually makes things move is relationships. And so when you think about supply chain, there's kind of like the trifecta of people, processes, and systems. Most people orient or over index on the systems and the processes.
Right.
For me, it's the people.
Yeah. It's always the people, and it's always going to be the people.
It's always going to be the people.
I don't care what AI do. It's always going to be the people.
It's always going to be the people.
I had this conversation today, probably 3 hours ago, about that. Like, listen, AI is here. We're not disputing that.
That's right.
But you cannot duplicate team building, community building,
sensitivity, human sensitivity.
You cannot replicate that through any technical system. So I'm glad that you said that, because like you said, people over index, like if I just get the system and the product right, boom. But it's like, no, who are the people that you have assembled to help you get from point A to B?
That's the question.
A to Z, yes.
That's the question. That's always the question. Whenever someone brings me an issue or problems where we're stuck, my first question is, who is this impacting?
Yeah.
If you tell me who is impacting, I can dissect it and
we can figure it out.
We can figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the beauty industry moves quickly with trends, launches, consumer expectations constantly evolving. One day we clean, one day we want high impact, we want a full beat, all of the things. What are some of the biggest operational challenges beauty brands face when trying to scale successfully?
Wow, that is a great question. If I draw from kind of my work with founders, particularly Black beauty founders, the main things that continue to pop up is just being able to build the foundation of operations. Who should my first hire be, really, when you're talking about early stage founders? Lead times, MOQs, and costs. So MOQs is minimum order quantities.
Yes.
That is the main thing, because if you, like, the statistics don't lie. We're not getting the funding that everybody else gets, right? In terms of Black beauty founders, that is. And so cash is a constraint. If the MOQ is 10,000, but I really only need 2,
What do you do?
you're automatically tipping yourself into an excess inventory situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Or a higher cost, for,
Absolutely
yeah,
higher cost,
yeah.
right? And so those are some of the main things. And then I would say the other thing is when to actually take on a retail partnership. A lot of people think that that's the silver bullet. And there are so many things that have to be in place before you go down that road, if you
You
actually should go down that
want to go down that road.
road.
Okay.
That's right.
So, girl, now we about to go, because now you got me. Now you got me excited,
Let's
because
go.
I am currently living through all of those things as I scale my Science of Beauty
Uh-huh.
STEM kit curriculum. Right. So
Right.
now I'm in the process of my next hire. I've
Okay.
been contemplating that. Do I need
Mhm.
an operations person? Do I need a marketing person? Like,
Mhm.
who is my next hire? Right.
Mhm.
And just
Mhm.
looking at everything, it's going to be an operations
Mhm.
person,
Mhm.
because the demand is starting to expand, and
Uh-huh.
I need a clear cut supply chain,
You have to have a plan.
a
You just have
clear
to.
cut plan, right?
Right.
I was boxing up the kits myself, because you got
Mhm.
to have a story.
That's right.
When I go to exit at $250 million, I got to tell the people that I started in 100 square foot
That's
room
right.
boxing up STEM kits with these hands. So
That's
we
exactly
passed
right.
that, right?
That's
So we
right.
passed the story.
Yeah.
So now, it's like, okay, I have to remove myself
Yes.
from that part of the business. Now it's time to bring in an operations person. So what
Mhm.
I've been doing now is documenting my SOPs, like
Yes.
what it should look like. So when I turn that part of my business over to someone, it's
Mhm.
not chaotic,
That's
right?
right.
Like
That's right.
they're
And
going
you're not compromising quality.
quality control.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
so with my Fly Girl approved hair perfume, because they're kind of like coexistent, right? I
Yes.
can't talk about one without the other.
That's
I
right.
remember our first prototype of the fragrance. I got
Uh-huh.
it. I gave it out to some of my friends. One of my friends called me. She's like, Sakia, I love this. It's amazing. She was
Mhm.
like, but a little bit leaked out in my
Yes.
I said, oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Right? Stop. Quit. Stop right now. Right?
Mhm.
So now I'm going back to the manufacturer. I'm ordering more. Okay, now we need something, a stopper. We need something that prevents the liquid from falling out.
Mhm.
Because if a client calls me or puts a review up that this fragrance leaked in the lining of their Chanel bag,
Yes.
it's gonna
That's
be a
right.
problem.
It's hard to recover from
So
that.
when we got our second and third iteration of it, I
Uh-huh.
remember Kinta vividly. I put
Mhm.
it in a purse. I threw the purse everywhere upside down. I left it in the
Mhm.
car. I dropped it. I picked it up. I threw it over my arm. Every single way and thing that you could do with a purse, I needed
Mhm.
to make sure that
Mhm.
that did not happen again. So
Mhm.
those things that you talked about, quality control,
Mhm.
that can kill a brand.
Absolutely.
MOQs, that kills the margin, that kills cash
Yes.
flow. That like
Yes.
so baby, like I said, when you talking about this, I was triggered.
You feel it deeply.
I feel it deeply, because I understand. So when
You
I'm
understand
talking
it.
to manufacturers domestically and internationally, it's like, okay, I want to get it at this price point, but I don't need 10,000
I don't need
units right
10,000.
now. I'm
Right.
not at
Yeah.
that phase. So it's like, where do we go?
Yeah.
Where do we go from there? So it's
That's
learning.
a you bring up a really good point there. And that's something that like I'm deeply passionate about that. So one of the other things you asked about, like kind of like what are some of the main sticking points, um, is actually understanding the agency that you have as a founder and having the right language to be able to ask the question. So one of the brands that I was working with is actually a men's grooming brand. When they were talk to me about the problems and things. And I was like, well, did you ask about like the stability and the compatibility? Like, can you send me the test so that I can look at it? And they were like, the what?
Right.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
And you don't know what
You
you
don't know
don't
what you don't
know
know. You
when
don't
you're
know.
starting out. And so that's why it's one of the reasons, other than the obvious reasons, is one of the reasons why I make myself available for people to like, please reach out to me.
Yeah.
Right. And people are like, oh, well, Kinta, you can give, listen, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because who else is opening up their calendar to Black founders to say, let me actually give you the language. I have written emails, I have given talk tracks so that because when you say certain things, then people take you a little more
They
seriously.
take you seriously, and they know that you know what's going on, and it's like,
Exactly
okay, we
right.
can't. And I do this, like I said, I'm a new founder in both
Mm-hmm.
spaces. So
Mm-hmm.
every conversation that I'm on with someone like you, I remember when
Mm-hmm.
we had our first conversation,
Yes.
there were things that you were just rattling off, and like, then you go to the CM and this, that, and the third, and I was like, well, hey,
Hold on.
what is that?
What is that?
What does this mean? I'm gonna ask because I don't know.
Yes.
So now
Yes.
next time when I'm talking to someone, it's like, okay, now when we're looking ready to do that, I was just talking to a young lady, Lo, she's out in New Orleans. She has a
Mm-hmm.
50,000 square foot manufacturing plant. She does amazing. Lo is killing it. Lo is
Okay.
that girl.
Oh, I
Shout out
love
to
it.
Lo. I don't know if
Yes.
she's on the call, but I love her. But so she does like beauty and wellness products,
Okay.
everything, manufacture, test, ship, white label, all of the
I
things.
love
And
that.
so, just talking to her, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Sakia, if you want your product to go to CM, move it from you doing the fulfillment to this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what packaging are you using?
That's
Is
right.
that
That's
packaging
right.
compatible to them? Because they're not going to go buy machines and different things to
Mm-mm.
fulfill your small
Right.
order.
There's
So
tooling that has to be done. Like it's all
it's
sorts of
all of the
things.
things. So
Yeah.
she telling me this, and I'm just like, "Oh,
Oh,
okay. All right." So she's like, so when you're getting ready to develop your next STEM kit, right?
that's
Keep
right.
that in mind
Keep in
when
mind.
you're selecting packaging because you have to build your business like it's
Mhm.
going to scale, right?
Have
You
to.
can't build
Have
your
to.
business like it's going to stay, you know, in the 100 square foot room. So when
100%.
you're thinking about whether even with formulations, right? I've
Hmm.
been talking to a lot of product developers, Akuba. I don't know if you've met
Yes.
Akuba.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's my girl. Shout out to Akuba. I don't
Yes. Shout
know,
out to Akuba for
but
sure.
we
Yes.
love you. And
Yes.
Akuba is like, okay, Sakia, when you're doing your next STEM kit, right?
Hmm.
What is patentable about it,
That's
right?
right.
What
That's
is
exactly.
patentable about the materials in the way that you're using them?
Yep.
Because now you're adding value,
That's
right?
right. That's
And
right.
you're adding leverage.
Hmm.
I heard Monique, I don't know if you were at Spelman on that Friday
Hmm.
when Monique and Melvin,
Hmm.
and she
Yep.
said you build your business to sell
Like you're gonna sell it.
like you're
That's
gonna
right.
sell.
One hundred
And that
percent.
baby, when she said that, it was like in my
Yes.
mind. So it's like everything that I'm thinking about, like, okay, how does this business look from a
Yep.
term of exclusivity,
Yes.
patentability, the legal
Yes.
framework around it? Am I able to go to a manufacturer, a CM, and say, hey, this is my product. I want you to take over this without compromising the integrity of
Yes.
the product. So these are things
Yes.
that I'm learning talking to the people like you.
Mhm.
And it's just that's why, oh girl, I got triggered. I don't went way off. I don't
No,
went
it's good because these are the conversations that are necessary, right? And honestly, I would that more leaders would share. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
nope.
Everyone, like we've done uh hair products are out here, vitamin C serums, it's 100 million of those. Like it's been done.
Done.
How do
Yep.
you make yours unique? Yes, but you shouldn't be struggling with secondary packaging.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be struggling with making sure you have all of the proper testing, the claims testing to be able to, create your marketing store. You shouldn't struggle because it's
There's too
available.
much information out there. There's too many
It's
people like you out
available.
there with that information, that not only with the information, but that's willing to share the information.
Mhm.
Like, I am only where I am in this space
Mhm.
because people have poured into me
Yes.
and people have
Yes.
opened up their Rolodexes to me.
Yes.
People have given me opportunities that I may not have earned at that time, but
Mhm.
saw something in me that
Yes.
allowed me that opportunity. Even with you, you
Mhm.
reached out to me like, hey, I saw you here. I didn't
That's
even
right.
know this type of community for Black women in STEM
Uh-huh.
and beauty existed. And
Yeah.
you open yourself up
Mhm.
to me, and
Mhm.
I'm just like, I'm really sitting on a call with the vice president of
Uh-huh.
supply chain from Glossier.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
let's get it. So
That's it.
I
Yeah.
I applaud you. I'm just looking at some of the comments, and
Okay.
I love this. The amount of Black women who are beauty industry experts and eager to help founders and junior industry professionals is so beautiful. That was one of
Mhm.
the comments. Build to sell is good. That's why I'm always happy for businesses that sell. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
That's why you get into
100%.
business, to sell.
That's it. You know what I mean? You don't know when it's going to happen, right?
Right.
But if you, this is the thing, a lot of people, and even Monique talked about it.
Yep. You
People
know she
always talk.
talked about it, baby, because they
Listen,
they nail her to the cross.
oh my gosh, just talking about, oh, formula change, all these and whatever. She was very diligent from the beginning to make
Yes.
sure she was protecting her margins.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when it comes time to negotiate, there's not a whole lot of back and
There's
forth
not a
that's
lot of
going
wiggle
to happen,
room. Yep.
right?
Yep.
Because I have quality packaging. I'm not overbought. My margins are right where I need to. So
I know
I
that
know the number.
you can still make a profit
That's
without
it.
changing anything. I'm giving
That's
you
it.
a turnkey product.
That's it. That's it. You
Yep.
know? And so yeah, that's this is good. This is so
I
good.
love this. I love this. Okay. So you've been described as someone who brings calm and clarity during moments of disruption. In an
Hmm.
industry that can experience sudden supply chain stocks, we just talked about that from a tweet, honey.
Yes,
What
yes.
leadership principles help you guide teams through those type of uncertainties?
So I always tell my CEO, leadership team, even my team, if I'm not panicking, you shouldn't. And you're never gonna see me panic on camera.
That girl cold. That
There's
girl
nothing,
cold.
there is nothing within a supply chain that I have not seen that I haven't solved.
Not
So
only have I seen it all, but I've solved it
I
all.
solved it. I solved it. So like everyone just calm down because people get like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna miss this. Let me make a phone call. Just hold on. Let's do this. We've had launches. Well, Kenta, we want to launch this year instead of next year.
Okay.
Okay. And I make a phone call. Change a couple of things. And
We
that's
launch
it.
and we launch.
We're done. We're done. But this is the problem. You do that a couple of times, and then like, oh, but Kenta, it was
Yeah.
supposed to take
Now you're
15
superwoman.
months, but
Now
you
you're,
did it in half the time. No, ma'am.
no man.
That was your miracle. I'm fresh out of miracles for right now. Quota's gonna start over.
Listen,
let's
listen.
let's get back because this is the thing. Then you wear out your supply chain teams.
Correct.
You
Correct.
wear them completely out.
Yeah.
And so I'm very protective of my team. Very, very protective of my team. All women except for one. Except
Nice.
for one male.
Nice. Nice.
And I take great pride in that because when I walk in rooms, that's not what I see.
Yeah. At
That's not
all.
That's
Ever.
not what I see. I don't even. The only time I really see myself is when I look in the mirror.
Yeah. Especially at your level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's non-existent.
Yeah.
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 So I love that. And I love that you were intentional about that. I just
Mhm.
recently, I was in Detroit last week, and
Okay.
I met with the organization, the Balmer Family Foundation. They want to do
Okay.
some things with us, and I'm sure you're familiar with Steve Ballmer living in
Uh-huh.
LA.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, super wealthy,
Yes.
co-founder of Microsoft with
Hmm.
Bill Gates. So I'm
Pretty
sitting
generous too.
very generous. He is the
Uh-huh.
biggest philanthropist in the state of Michigan.
Uh-huh.
It's not Ford, it's not GM, it's the Balmer Group.
Hmm.
I sat at the table
Yes.
with the young lady that runs his foundation,
Okay.
black woman,
Okay.
her whole team, black women, five of them.
I love it.
They're running the family foundation of the seventh richest man in the world, not the
Yeah.
country,
No.
the world. And I'm
Yes.
sitting at the table with them.
Yes.
I was like, boy, y'all bad. Y'all bad sisters in here.
Yes.
Like in
Yes.
the way they were, it was just very matter of fact, Sakia, we love what you're doing. We're gonna do this, we're gonna
I
amplify
love
you
that.
here, we're gonna put you in this space. And
Yes.
every single thing that they've told me that they were gonna do, they have
They've done it. I love that.
exceeded that. There's no other way that those type of opportunities happen
Right.
without people being intentional and
Yes.
understanding the role and responsibility that they have
Hmm.
to pay it forward and
Yes.
honoring that, not only understanding that but
Yes.
honoring it. And that's one thing that Kylie said to me. She was like, Sakia, i
Hmm.
was I was directed by my higher person
Yeah.
to help you. And
Yes.
I'm just being obedient to what
Yes.
I was directed to do. And I'm
Yes.
sitting there like really trying to hold it together. But it's
Yes.
just like, wow.
Uh-huh.
Like I really felt that. I really
That's
felt
that's beautiful. I love that for you.
yeah. Thank you, girl. I love it for me too. I
I
love my
love it.
girls. They are
I
so
love
bomb.
that is
So hey, you have an engineering background. So as someone
yes.
who has an engineering background, how has your technical training shaped the way you approach leadership and decision making in complex organizations?
I think the main thing is being a systems thinker.
Okay. Yeah.
So most of the time when people bring me an issue, that's not the real problem. They're bringing me the symptom. It's a problem to them, but that's not really that's just a symptom.
You
And
think
so then
different.
being able to zoom out and actually see the full system that's being impacted, that's not just technical, is people, is processes, and like technical systems, and then being able to go back and saying this is the root cause. You listen, you got the same training. I will 5 why and root cause you to no end.
Dead.
Okay. Okay. And so I think that's it, just really being able to think in systems, and that comes from engineering training. And I think really partnering that with kind of the human first, not just human centered, but human first approach,
Mhm.
um, just gives me kind of like a unique point of view. So no one is excluded. No one and nothing is excluded from the solution
Yeah.
that I put forth.
Yeah. And there you go. You went right back to it. The human
It's
component of it. We
always
can't get away from it.
cannot,
You cannot
cannot.
get away
That
from
is my talk track. Anybody that talk, I am always going to center people.
people. Yes.
Always.
I love that. I love
Hmm.
that. Now this next question. I love this.
Uh-huh.
You are deeply committed to mentoring founders through the Glossier grant program.
Hmm.
What are some of the most common operational or supply chain challenges you see emerging beauty founders facing today? So before
Hmm.
you answer that,
Hmm.
tell us a little bit about the Glossier grant program and the
Hmm.
brands that have been able to go through this program and reach a certain level of success.
Absolutely. So I was actually um, mentoring Black founders prior to coming to Glossier, and that was one of the draws for me, is
Okay.
that they had the program. So the Glossier grant program started in and around 2020. And it is exclusively for Black beauty founders. Full stop, end of
Exclusively.
story, no notes.
Yes.
Exclusively Black beauty founders. I'm excited that like we haven't moved away from that, whereas so many brands, organizations have dialed back.
Yes.
Um, we serve who we serve, and it's a beautiful program. Generally, so we have the U.S. and the U.K. So we started in the UK as well. And so typically it's about 5 founders that are selected, anywhere from $50 to $75,000 a piece is awarded. They become the cohort. What I love about it is that it's not like the other accelerators where you're in the cohort and then once you're done, you're done.
You're done. Yeah.
So once you're in, you get us for life. And so there are some founders that I'm working with even now that were in cohorts prior to me joining Glossier. But they still get the full, so they get office hours, they get access to our networks, our vendors, everything. So they are part of the Glossier family. I have had, I've set some of the founders up with fulfillment centers. I've set them up with vendors, CMs, the whole nine. I've helped them kind of like reconstruct their operating models. They get access to marketing, wholesale, whoever they need in the company. They get full access. The last round that we did for the US was for, we built kind of like an alumni cohort. So some of the grantees that had already gone through the program, we tapped back in and supported them just with like, we see everything that's been happening with Black beauty founders closing their doors.
Yeah.
Some of the, let me see, Brown Girl Jane.
I was going to say my fave. I
Brown
love
Girl Jane. Mugo,
Range.
who's another fragrance brand. Range Beauty.
Yep. Alicia. Shout out to
Alicia. Yes, shout out to Alicia. Epilogic. Dr. Sinead Jeniton, beautiful prestige skincare line. Young King's Hair Care.
Okay.
Sauce, which is a men's grooming brand. Let me see. There's so many. Who are some of the other ones that?
And you've helped them get into retail as well, right? Because I know Brown Girl Jane is in Sephora, and I know Range Beauty is in Sephora.
Range is in Sephora. And then there's some more.
Those are the two I know just because I know them personally.
Because you know the person 100%, right?
Yeah.
And so there's quite a few of our brands that are have entered into retail partnerships. Dr. Rose Skincare.
Okay.
Brilliant Black woman dermatologist in right there in Manhattan. She has a beautiful skincare line as well. She's in Sephora. So there, it is the best accelerator that I've seen just because of the wraparound care that you get.
Yeah. Now, how does I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the 15% pledge. So how does that initiative and then an initiative like Glossier, because I see a lot of overlapping as far as the missions and what the initiatives are. So with the organization like that, how do you see the similarities in what you guys do or the differences in what you guys do?
I think it's great synergy.
Yeah.
It's serving the same purpose.
Yep.
It's answering the call.
Yep.
Right. You think about, Ami Collet and other brands that we love.
Yeah. I have a call. Quick, put a pin in that.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I have a call on Monday with Jara. She's over wonderful. At Skims Beauty.
She's wonderful.
I'm so nervous.
Don't be.
I love Ami Collet. Like I'm sitting here because I've been talking to Skims for about a year about working together, and they
Yes.
kind of like, hold on, Sakia, we got some things kind of cooking. And
Yep.
when we first initially started, they were in the process of acquiring
Mm-hmm.
KKW, I think Kim
Mm-hmm.
Kardashian
Mm-hmm.
US
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. So they were buying that back, and then they dissolved it. And then the
Uh-huh.
news broke that they were starting Skims Beauty. And
Beauty.
I'm telling you, Kenta, I'm watching the Emma Green and Jara interview, and then
Yeah.
next thing I know, it's like boom, she's leading up Skims Beauty. And
Yes.
so now I'm just like, oh my God. And so my contact at Skims is like, I told you,
Just hold on.
just hold on. We're gonna come back for you.
You're gonna love your conversation with her.
Yeah, so she reached
Um,
out to me a couple weeks ago. We put the call on the
yes.
books for Monday, and I'm so excited. She just sounded so excited about what
Yes.
we were doing at the Science of Beauty, and she saw a lot of synergy there. So I'm just I'm
Very genuine,
yeah,
very just
yeah.
everything that you've seen from her, on video or what have you,
It's real.
is real.
It's real.
It's real.
I
Mhm.
I gathered that through the email.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what the conversation is gonna be. So I'm
You're
just
in for a treat.
I'm super excited about that. So, guys, if you're on before we continue, if you guys have questions or comments or anything, you can definitely leave them. Kenta or myself will answer them throughout
Yes.
the remaining time or after. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we want to continue. So, our next question: you are
Mhm.
also a strong advocate for HBCUs, honey. When you reached out to me, I thought you had went to a HBCU. I
Listen,
was like,
well, technically, I did. I started in the lab school at Elizabeth City State.
yes,
Okay. And
yes.
I did take some summer classes. But I'm just about the only person in my family.
I was gonna say your lineage when you went through the lineage of I said,
Everybody,
I
and
you were
most
the
being at
outlier.
Elizabeth City State. Yeah.
Yeah, I said you were the outlier.
I was an outlier. I wanted to do engineering, and my mom was like, "No, you're not going to DC. You can't go to Howard." Okay, well,
All
I
right.
guess NC
Here,
State
here
it
it
is.
is. So you are a strong advocate for HBCUs and building the next generation of STEM and supply chain leaders.
Yes,
Why is investing in that pipeline so important for the future of beauty in the consumer goods industries?
I think it's like kind of like where we started. A lot of young Black and Brown, um, young women and young men don't know that there is a career hidden inside of their favorite brands,
Yes, yes,
and that it is technical,
yes.
it is science driven, and that there is space for them.
Yeah.
And so I think it's very, very important to make myself available so that people can see representation matters. You can be what you see.
Yep.
And unfortunately, there's not a lot of me
Yeah.
sitting in the seat that I occupy. And so I take it very seriously to make sure that I'm connecting with a Dr. Winfield
Yes.
at Spelman.
Our favorite girl.
Yes, absolutely. The queen of all queens.
Queen, honey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just making sure that I'm reaching out and making myself available so that I'm not just sharing what I learned from a textbook. Like this is the walk that I've walked,
Yeah.
right? In any way that I can support, ensuring that the excuse is not given that, oh, well, we didn't know, we couldn't find them.
Yeah.
Not only will they're right here, they're trained.
They're trained
So
by
they're
the best. By the best.
you know? And so I take that very seriously. If I could just do that, I would.
So let me ask you, was that your first time attending the Black Beauty Feminist Summit?
It was.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Shirley, you went to Miss Shirley.
That's Candace's mom.
No,
Girl,
Candace
yes,
did not.
with all the beautiful gray hair, honey.
Candace did not tell. I'm a text Candace as soon as we're off of here.
Don't play with Miss Shirley. Don't play with that girl.
Miss Shirley, we got to have our own call.
Yeah.
We have to have our own call. We do. We have to have our own call.
Yes, y'all listen. But
She was Miss ECSU 85.
Don't play with that girl. Don't play with her.
What is happening here? Miss Shirley, yes.
You
Done and done. When this is over,
you definitely have to connect.
Yes.
So I've been to all of the summits that Dr. Whitfield has done all over the past 3 years. And I just feel so proud. Like every single time I attend it, it's just like, wow. Because like you said, it's all about representation, right? That's the whole thing with the Science of Beauty. This is why I created this program, because I didn't see any people that look like me in this space. And we are a driving force. We are a viable demographic in this space. I just didn't see anybody that looked like me. I came from a fashion background. I was a wardrobe stylist for over 20 years. And when I became a fashion stylist is because somebody told me that was an opportunity. I was always a fashionable person. I was working in a recording studio when I was in college, and someone was like, Sakia, why don't you become a stylist? And I'm like, well, what's that?
What is it?
I didn't know.
Yes.
And when they explained to me what it was just like, oh, I'm going to be a stylist. And that's what happened. So it's just a full circle moment that I've been able to create the Science of Beauty and create this platform and create these opportunities for young women and now, young men, so that they can see that chemistry, science, STEM, and beauty is not mutually exclusive, right? My dad is an engineer. If I call him today after this call and be like, I was on the phone with an engineer today, she works in the beauty industry, that wouldn't even process to him, because there's a very cookie cutter way of what an engineer is supposed to look like. It's a very cookie cutter way of what a chemist is supposed to look like. What a STEM person is supposed to look like. And it definitely doesn't look like me, right? But guess what? We're giving STEM a makeover. 100%. And that's where we are. And that's just where we are with it. So people like Dr. Winfield, like when I met Dr. Winfield, I was still doing my programming in Tampa. And we connected on LinkedIn. Spelman was in the process of changing it from an online to a full-on major, right? They hadn't announced it yet or anything. And when her and I finally got on the call and I told her what I did, and it was something you said earlier about certain keywords when you're talking to people, say certain things, they understand that you understand what's going on. And when we got off of that, or when I finished, my spiel, I'm so excited, like, oh my God, I got Spelman on the line. And she was like, there are a few things that you said that really aligned and resonated to what we're doing here. And that's from that one conversation that started this massive role that the Science of Beauty is on, getting into Spelman, getting into Xavier, NCAT, Tuskegee. All of this came from Dr. Winfield. She is my like fairy STEM godmother. So it just makes me so happy. And then when you have brands like L'Oreal, really stepping up to the plate, putting funding behind this type of
the vision.
They're not just showing up. They're not just saying, hey, we like what you're doing. Good job. They're putting the money behind it. They're opening up opportunities for Spelman students.
For internships and things of that nature.
Listen, I'm trying to get in Dr. Winfield bag to go to Paris in a couple of weeks because they going to visit Estee Lauder. I'm like, if you need a chaperone,
whatever you need,
my own way. Just let me know. Just send me the itinerary. But can you imagine? Me as a 46-year-old woman,
Right.
I
Yeah.
cannot imagine going to Paris,
Right.
going to Estee Lauder in
Yes.
their labs with their chemists, making products, learning from their C-suite executives, and just
Yes.
seeing how this legacy brand is operating. Girl, I'm about to die. Like
Yeah.
I'm so ready to go. So I'm just like, I can't even fathom a
Yes.
19, 20-year-old having that type of
That
experience.
type of
This is
opportunity.
the
Yeah.
type of thing that she's doing. Even
Yes.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with SCAD, the Savannah
Yes.
College of Art and Design. So they're one of my institutional partners as
Okay.
well. And Melody Moore, she runs their fragrance program over at SCAD. And
Okay.
she took her students to maybe like Tokyo with
Okay.
Lore magazine for like a
Uh-huh.
skincare sabbatical. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm like, girl,
Yes.
call me.
Just you can
I will
chaperone the
go. I will
students.
chaperone. I will pay my own way. Just call
Yes.
me. And it's
Yes.
just like for these young students
Yes.
to get this type of exposure and this type of opportunity is
Mhm.
just we're in good hands. We
We're in good hands.
down this road and we keep
Yes.
paying it forward. We are
Yes.
in
We're
good
in good hands.
hands.
We're in
Yes,
very, very good hands. Yeah. So
very good.
definitely shouts to Dr. Winfield
Yes, yes,
and
we love her. We love you, Later.
yes.
So we
Yes.
have a few more questions before we wrap up.
Okay.
Your career demonstrates that high performance and well-being can coexist. In
Mhm.
high pressure leadership roles, how do you intentionally build cultures that support both operational excellence and people's well-being?
I honor people. I do. I honor people. I know my team's grandparents, their pets, their kids. I have a Winnie the Pooh in my office that sits in my chair across from my desk that one of my team members' son got when he went to Disney World
Oh
because he
wow.
didn't leave Disney World without getting his friend Miss Kinta a Winnie the
Oh
Pooh
wow.
when we found out that I love Winnie the Pooh. I honor people. When you honor people and you get to know what they care about and can find space to care about what they care about,
Yeah,
they'll move mountains for you,
they will. They will run through a wall for you.
run through a brick wall.
Yep.
And I don't do it for that
Yeah.
outcome, but that's just a
That's
natural
just a
outcome.
byproduct.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It is not very often that I have to ask my team, I have to beg them to
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
They're asking me, what can we do? How can we help you? How can we? When I just came back from my birthday trip in Curacao, and they were like, we don't want to talk to you, lady. You need a break. We got this.
Right. Right.
Don't even take, they wouldn't even let me take my computer. They were like, no, ma'am.
Correct. Because
No,
what
ma'am.
you need that for?
Right. You are going to celebrate yourself, to refresh yourself. And when you get back, we can talk.
We could talk. Yep.
And so
Turn your brain off for a little bit.
that's it.
That's
Just
it.
don't think we got this. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that I know that's me at my core. And so I don't want to be in an organization that is not going to allow me to lead people the way that people should be led.
Should be led. Yep.
And that's with empathy, that is honoring them first, and making sure that they are taken care of well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that for them.
Mhm.
They're a lucky team. They got a bomb leader. They got a bomb leader. So
I'm glad that they actually think that too.
So for our final question, for young women, especially young Black women who are interested in STEM but may not realize the opportunities that exist in supply chain operations and product development, what advice could you offer them?
Leverage LinkedIn for what it was originally intended to be. Find the people like me who are showing up for them with intention. Um, find the people that look like them, that are doing what they want to do, right? I always tell people that you should have three different people, and they occupy different roles. You should have fans, you should have sponsors,
Sponsors.
and you
Yep.
should have mentors.
Yep.
And they're not the same people.
Yep.
And you'll pick those up as you kind of like go along. But even like in college, you got to have your girls. It was this cheer you on. You got this.
Yep.
You can do this. We're right behind you, right? The people that you could draw from their wisdom, your mentors, and the people who are already in the rooms that you want to be in, that can open the door for you.
Yep.
Those are your sponsors, right? And so I think that we have to be more intentional in letting our students know. Don't be afraid to send the note. Don't be afraid to Google and find the email. Whatever you need to do, don't be afraid to come up and talk to us when you see us at conferences, or when we, you know what I mean? Whenever I go somewhere and I speak, I will stand there until the last person has had the opportunity to get their question out, or we can arrange some time to talk later, or whatever it is. I feel such a heavy responsibility.
Yeah.
And so I think for the students, take advantage of that. Don't apologize for it. A lot of people are like, oh, I know you're so busy. There's not a day when I'm not busy.
I'm busy every day.
I'm busy every day, but I have space for you. I have space for you. So I would say definitely do that. Don't miss out on the opportunities when executive or business leaders come to campus. Get there.
Get there.
Get there.
Sit in the front.
Get in the learning tee.
Sit
Come on,
in
learning
the
tee.
front.
Okay.
Yes.
Sit right there.
Yes.
And take it all in. But definitely leverage LinkedIn.
Yes. Before we go, I'm going to share a story. Last year, I was at the Black Beauty Feminist Summit at Spelman. And on the final day, the last speaker was Sam Fine, makeup artist extraordinaire. Sam Fine. I have been a fan of Sam Fine since I started doing styling. Like, if I ever met him, had the opportunity to work with him, this man's hands are legendary, right?
Yes.
They're asking questions. Raise your hand if you want a question asked. So I'm raising my hand. Nobody's picking me because everybody's raising their hand. So they're like, we have time for one more question. I stood up and raised my hand.
Yes.
You're going to see me.
Right here.
Right here.
I have a question.
Yes. And I asked him the question, and he was like, oh my God, thank you for asking that question. When he left off the stage, he walked past me. He sat down next to me.
Yes.
We had a conversation for about 5 minutes. We went outside. We took a picture. I ran into him at a whole nother event in New York, and he walked right up to me. Like, I've been watching what you've been doing on social media. I'm so proud of you. You look so cool. Like, just from that one, baby, I can write a book on how I have leverage and position myself in places and spaces where I need to be, so that the people that need to see me. Even when we're at the event this year, I found myself out in the auditorium, and Monique and them were coming. So I had these little flyers for my STEM program where you can scan the QR code. The picture that my marketing team used to put on the flyer was a whole bunch of girls holding Maelle bags. I can't script that any better. So I'm talking to her about the program. We're standing at Spelman. I'm telling her that my program is being ran on Spelman campus. I hand her a flyer, and the girls are holding her company's bags.
Right.
I was just like, what are we doing now?
But
like,
you had to be in the room.
I had to be in the room. One thing, and one thing, there are a few questions. We're going to get to them before we wrap up. One thing I always say yes to everything, until you can't say yes
That's it.
anymore. Hey,
That's it.
Sakia, can you come? Yes. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Sakia, can you come and talk to? Yes,
Yep.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Until my
Yeah.
schedule forces me to say no,
Right.
because you never know what opportunity is going to present yourself. And like you said, don't
Hmm.
be scared to walk.
No.
I will walk up to anybody.
Yes.
If I'm in that room with you, that's because I'm supposed to be in that
Supposed to
room.
be in the room.
And
You
I'm
had
gonna,
to walk into the
I
room. You
had to.
walk into the room just like God put you there himself.
He did. He sent me there. He did. So
Yes.
I see a question
Okay.
used from Dacia, if I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I would love, let's see what she put. Oh, hold up.
Let
Let
me
me go
see.
back up.
I think I would love to know what advice you both have navigating MOQs
And
and
funding
funding
for
for
Black
Black
women
women beauty
founders.
founders.
Yeah.
Um, yes, funding is scarce, but there is some available. Um, Places like the grant program that we have, like 15% pledge. There are other people who are putting up different funding. I know there's a lot. Who is it? Vermont Slauson here in LA.
Okay.
They
Is that
run
of
different.
DC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They have a fund. Uh
Okay.
huh. And they do a lot. I know here in LA, there's another. I think it's called Grid 110. They have some funding as well, and that's here in LA. But I'm certain in other areas,
Hmm.
um, there's more opportunities. Um, I think if you can be on the lookout for like the accelerators when they come up, and this goes back to like
Hmm.
what we were just talking about. If you apply for like Ulta, Sephora,
Hmm.
whatever other brand, the beauty industry is very small.
Very, very. I'm
I'm
learning
pretty sure that I know somebody, or at least I know somebody that
and
knows
know
somebody.
somebody. Yes.
You know what I mean? It
Yep.
just goes back. It's the same advice that we're giving to the students. Leverage LinkedIn, leverage who you know, to be able to actually get to that person.
Yep.
You have to submit, right? But get to a human
Yeah.
to talk to them.
Yep.
As it relates to MOQs, that's probably that could be a very specific answer. I'm happy to connect with you after this to talk through the options or what have you. Um, I don't know if we can drop my LinkedIn in the chat, but I'm happy to connect. I'm on LinkedIn, Kinta C Gates. Um,
Put it in. Kinta
okay,
C Gates.
yep.
Yep.
And then I'm happy to answer any specific questions that you have. Um, Sometimes you have to actually um, switch partners
Yeah.
in order to get the MOQ that you need. I've helped some founders navigate that as well because what they were being offered, this just doesn't make any sense. This is not standard for the beauty industry. And again, you're navigating a space that you're not as familiar with. This is just something that like I deal with every day, and so I'm able to kind of like guide in that way.
Yeah.
But very happy to connect with you directly on that.
And something I can say as a founder that's, actively going through these
Mhm,
things, like I'm bootstrapping
mhm,
my business. And one thing is, I'm just reinvesting everything that I make into the business.
mhm.
It's difficult sometimes, but once you keep the main thing, like it'll happen. And going into business, you have these grand ideals and you have these big ideals about how amazing and colossal you want the business to be. But start where you are and what you have, and then what happens is the market is going to dictate where you go next, right?
Mhm.
And so that's definitely what I can add to that conversation. And then as far as like even like the networking, I have a saying turn your contacts into contracts. That's that's what it is. Like, you
That's it.
have to be able to lean on your network. That's why they say your network is your net
Is
worth.
your net worth? It really is.
Can't turn your contacts into contracts, then you just a person that know a lot of people. And
Right.
at the end of the day, that's really pointless. But it has to be an equal value share, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to offer value to someone, and then they have to be able to offer value back to you. It can't be a one-sided
It's
situation.
one sided.
So
Right.
I always go into situations, I always build a relationship before I need the relationship, right?
That is good teaching right there.
That's what you do. You build a relationship before you actually
Before
need,
you need it.
and
That's it.
and then it's been curated. It's been
That's right.
sitting. My niece likes to call it making deposits.
That's it.
She's like,
That's it.
see, I'm just making a deposit.
Just
I'm like,
making a
okay,
deposit.
girl. All right, girl. I get you. I
That's it.
understand. I understand. So,
Yes.
Kenta,
Yes.
baby, I told you this gonna be one of the ones. I just knew it. I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in my spirit because I'm just like, she's just amazing. She's such an amazing person. And you do such amazing work. And when you have, a big heart, and
Mm-hmm.
just a heart for giving, and a heart
Mm-hmm.
for seeing people win, it's
Mm-hmm.
like the energy and the synergy is always gonna be amazing. So before we wrap, I dropped your full name in for LinkedIn. So do you have anything coming up that you want to talk about? Let people be on the lookout. Man, I don't know. Maybe Glossier has a new collaboration coming up. We never know. So anything you can
Let
share
me
with our audience
see. Let me think about what am I doing for. I'm trying to think. Let me see.
besides
I
being amazing.
oh my goodness, stop. I have some more. So I will actually tomorrow I will be sharing with some students from Cal State Long Beach, just talking about basically like the hidden career inside your brand. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that's coming up that's actually public facing? Um, I think everything else is kind of like
Yeah.
enclosed rooms that's coming up. But
Yeah.
let me see. For Glossier, we did just launch a new fragrance in our fragrance line, Soie.
Oh,
Check that
love
out.
that.
You can check that out. The tagline is "You smell like vacation." I took it.
Ooh.
I took it on vacation with me and took a really dope pic. So I was like,
Ooh.
"Marketing, please."
We love to smell like a couple of days out of the
That's
country,
it. You
honey.
smell
We
like
we
vacation. So check
we
that
love
out.
that.
If you're in Sephora, you can certainly go there and spray yourself, see how it works for you. It's a lovely scent. It's quickly become my top fragrance
We love
within
that.
our collection. And then let me see, what else do we have coming up? I think that's it that I can actually talk
That
about.
know.
That I can talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love that. We love that. So you guys make sure you follow Kenta over at on LinkedIn.
Yes.
I dropped her full name in the chat, which you can find her on LinkedIn. As far as the science of beauty, everyone knows like summer is our playoffs, Super
Yes.
Bowl. So we have some amazing things coming up. We're going to be embarking on our HBCU tour. We're going to start right here in Tampa, Florida, my hometown. I can't forget my hometown. So we'll be launching June 1st through 5th. We'll be here in Tampa hosting a week-long camp focused on fragrance, the science of scent. Then after that, we will be at Tuskegee June 15th through the 17th. We'll be doing a condensed program there, and it'll be based around raw materials. Tuskegee is really big in agriculture and things like that. So we'll be focusing on raw materials used in beauty products. Then from there, we'll be at Xavier in New Orleans, June 29th through July 3rd, and we'll have another fragrance camp there. And then we'll end our tour at NCAT July 20th through the 24th with our Glow series, which is focused on skincare. So TSOB is on the road. We are outside. We are launching our next STEM kit, which is our sensory fragrance kit. So I'm so excited about that. That'll be coming down the pipeline in the next few months. And we are just excited about all the things that we're doing. We're so grateful for Kinta blessing us with all of her knowledge and just her time. We want to thank our gracious host, Maya Ivana TB, for
Yes.
hosting Unlocked. And we will see you guys next time. Oh, follow us on scienceofbeauty.hq. And for all information regarding the programming, you can check our website out at www.thescienceofbeauty.net. And we will see you guys next time on Unlock. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
I don't know if I was supposed to leave or not.